In Diablo 4, the main thing that is going to get you killed are on death effects. And in order to avoid that, you have to be able to move efficiently within the game. In order to do that, we have to look at some settings and enable force move. Blizzard did allow us to enable the setting, and it is pretty straightforward. But what I'm going to show you today is how you can set up force move, interact, and your main skill all on your left mouse click, which is going to allow you to have exactly what you wanted to move, but also cast your skills using the same button. But I am going to show you two methods. One, the normal one that everybody's probably going to use, and the way I do it if you have a mouse that has extra mouse buttons. So let's get into the settings to see how this all works. We're going to go to controls, and we want to make sure that combine move interact basic skill slot is unchecked. We want to make sure that our basic skill slot, which is by default left mouse click, is unbound, and instead we want to have move and interact bound to our left click. So let's see how this works in action. So if we are clicking the left mouse button, we are moving normally, and we can move even if we click on enemies. It's not going to cast any spells. Now, if we want to cast our main ability, all we have to do is hold down shift, which is our force hold button, and that will cast our main skill. The cool thing about this is if your skill has a internal cooldown or has a cost associated with it, if I hold down shift and keep spamming the left click, it is only going to cast while I have the skill available to cast. If it's not available to cast, even though I'm holding shift, it's still gonna move. And I'm going to show you this right here. So I'm going to keep spamming left click. I'm not letting go of shift. And as you can see, if firewall is on an internal cooldown, it is not going to cast. Rather, it's going to let me move. Or if I run out of mana, it is going to let me move around until I'm back and have mana. Now I'm going to show you the way I have it set up for myself because I have extra buttons on my mouse. So if we go into the settings, what I do here is I have my basic skill slot on right. I have my core skill on my mouse button 4, and my move and interact is on left mouse button again. What this allows me to do is, in case I want to just specifically only cast firewall without moving, because I showed you earlier, if you hold down shift and the left mouse button without it being bound, it's still gonna move you if firewall is in its downtime. So I still use that when I want to use it that way. But if I want to specifically stand still and I don't want that small movement in between, I have it now on my right hand mouse button. So as you can see, we can still do the same thing, clicking the left mouse button, it's gonna do what we just saw before. But now if I want to stand still, I hold shift and right mouse button, and now it does its natural thing, you stand still. So this allows me the flexibility to kind of go both ways. I can either fully stand still and cast, or I can stutter step and cast, which works perfectly. So you have the best of both worlds. And if you let go of everything else and you just use your mouse button, you can move through enemies, and that can allow you to dodge those on death effects. I hope with this video you've learned how to set up your movement controls in Diablo 4 correctly. If this video helped you out and you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing and liking the video. Also, if you want to check out how to level up very fast and instantly reset dungeons in Diablo 4 as a solo player, check out the video right here, and I'm going to see you in the next one.